Hello everyone, this is Module 11. I'm going to go through the actual ebook and textbook exercise starting on page 280. So go ahead and open 11-1 and then go ahead and enable the content and then save as, and go ahead and save it in your wherever you save your documents. The name is the same, that's fine. You have two tables, one called products, double click to open that one, and that has 182 records, and then double click the table suppliers. That one's much smaller, just 8. We'll actually close the suppliers and keep products open. If you wanted more space on the screen, you could choose what's called the shutter bar, and you could actually close it. And if you wanted it open, you could just it's the double chevrons, and that'll reopen it. So I'll keep mine open. So click any item in the product column, and then again choose ascending, and it puts all of the products in alphabetic order. Or you could have them in descending, which is Z to A, or you can remove the sort completely. You can go to any amount in the year-to-date sales and choose descending, which puts the largest to the smallest. Again, if you have hashtags, just like Excel, it's just not enough room in the column. So if you hover up above the boundary between the two columns and you have the double arrows, double click and you'll be able to see everything. Then you can do what's called a sub sort. So if I click any item in the category column and choose ascending, it puts the category in alphabetic order. But if you'll notice the year-to-date, see it still has the descending arrow, is in the bakery items, the highest to the lowest. And then when it starts beverages, highest to the lowest. And again, you could remove the sort, and that'll remove the ascending sort in category and the descending sort in year-to-date sales. So I'll remove that completely. If you wanted a specific filter of just one particular, let's say, supplier, so we're going to scroll down and you're looking for supplier 1768, and if you choose selection equals, you'll have out of that 182, just 27 of the suppliers with the S1768. To turn this off, to go back to the original 182, you can click toggle filter. It returns it back. If you immediately click it again, it'll put it back to that supplier 1768, but we'll remove the filter completely. Another type of sorting or filtering that you could do would be to look for a certain particular figure in, let's say, the prior year sales. So if you click in any prior year sales and then you choose filter, you could choose number filters greater than, and then type 100,000, and then you'll have only the records that have over 100,000, and that would be 99 if you look down at the bottom. And again, to remove that particular sort, notice you have a little filter symbol in here, the sort that it's sorted. Just click toggle filter and it turns it off, and you're back to your original 182. So now we're actually going to close this table. So click your little X here. It'll always ask you to save. Just say yes. Make sure you click products, so that's the most recent table that you're on. Don't double click it because you don't want to open it. And we're going to create what's called a query. So choose create and then query wizard. And we're doing a simple query wizard, so go ahead and click OK. We're actually using the table products, and that's why we clicked it. Otherwise, if you didn't, you could choose it from here. But we want products. And these are all the column titles that were in that table for products. And we actually want to select the first one, product ID, or just product, I'm sorry, just product. And if you click this arrow, then we'll move it over to selected field. And then we'll choose category and also supplier ID. You could actually just double click too, and that puts it over there. So that will take those three out of all of the column titles, and click next. The name of the title right now is products query, and we're actually going to change it to, so we'll keep products, but products by category and supplier, and then we'll click finish. So it lists the products, category, and supplier ID, not the entire list of it. So we particularly picked out the columns we wanted, and as you notice, because we created a query, it's listed on a query, and that's the name that we gave it, products by category and supplier. So we chose 3 columns. Let's say you wanted to add another one. Click the Home tab, and then click the graphing ruler and pencil, and that'll put you in what's called Design View. And these are all of the column titles, so if you just look for the double arrows to drag it down so you can see everything. And if you actually double click year to date, it'll be added to your list. It's from the products table, it's the year to date. And we'll click Save, just to make sure we've updated it and saved it. In the supplier ID, there's a feature called Category. So if you click in the supplier ID and then in Category, you're going to choose just the supplier /1169. And then if you click Run or View, either one, it'll show you the list of just the suppliers S1169 in just those 4 categories. Now we're going to give this a particular file name, so it's actually an object. So you'll choose File, Save As, and this is an object, and Save Object As. And then we'll give it a name, and this one is actually going to be Blue Mushroom Foods Products. And then OK. And if you notice, it'll go under its own separate query. So if I were to actually open the products by category, it should be the 182. And this new one, Blue Mushroom Food, is just the one with the supplier S1169. And it's put in alphabetic order here on the left-hand side. So we can close out of both of these. And we're starting to build more queries. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to create a query, and we're going to take information from both the products table and the suppliers table. So you'll choose you'll choose Data Tools tab, and you'll select Relationships. Double-click Products and double-click Suppliers. So there are 2 tables, and then you can close out of here. And again, it's not showing the full list, so if you just drag it down, you'll be able to see everything. And that we have to do first is make a connection with the 2 column titles that are the same in both, and that would be supplier ID that's in both. So if you click and hold on this one and drag to the other one and let go, you create what's called a relationship, and it's supplier to supplier, which is perfect, supplier ID to supplier ID. Check off Enforce Referential Integrity, and then choose Create. So you made a connection between the 2. So we'll click Save, and then we'll close out of here. Now we're going to create a query using both tables. So choose Create, but this time you're going to choose Query Wizard, and then you want to take from both. So double click Products, or if you want, you can just click Add, and then click Suppliers and Add, or double click, whatever's easier, and then close. And again, make it wider so you can see everything. And you still have the connection between the 2 separate tables. And we're going to pull different columns from each table. So we want from the supplier, so double click that, and it goes in your list on the bottom. And then from the products table, we want to choose product. And we also want to choose category. And then also year-to-date sales. In the year-to-date sales, there's a sort feature. So if you click in this empty cell on the bottom and choose sort, you can choose descending. So it goes largest figure to highest. And then in the year-to-date sales criteria, we're going to type in greater than 50,000. And then under supplier, you want it to sort in alphabetic order, so ascending. So in the supplier column, you should have sort selected for ascending. In the year-to-date sales product table, you should have descending, and the criteria is greater than 50,000. And again, to see everything, you can click either View or Run. And here you have the suppliers, product and category, and year-to-date pulled from two separate tables. And then they're all greater than 50,000, and they are in alphabetic order by supplier. So we're going to save this. So click Save. And the name of this one is actually Top Products by Supplier. And again, it'll go under Queries. Good. And we'll close out of here. All right, the last thing we'll do is actually click the products under table. Just go ahead and double click it. And you'll notice the same 182 fields of information. But what we want to do is add a new column where we're going to add the prior year's sales plus year-to-date sales. So click the down arrow for Click to Add, choose Calculated Field, and then select Currency. And here are, from the product table, these are all the column titles, the categories. You'll double click year-to-date sales, and it shows up in your, where you'll type in your expression. And we're going to press plus, and then select year-to-date sales. So you're telling it to add prior year sales column plus year-to-date. And then click OK, and there you have it. And we'll call this one, so the total, instead of field 1, sales. And you are finished. So go ahead and make sure you file, save it as a full database, not an object, save as. And it'll ask you if you want to close out of it, just say yes. And then save it in your, wherever you save your documents, and then submit it. Thank you.